All right, so this is how this morning's going. Okay. I started smelling coolant yesterday, but there was no indication of any leaks, right? Because I'm mindful. I check the oil and the coolant levels, all the hoses, and then the transmission fluid and everything. Yesterday, I noticed that the engine was running a little bit warmer than normal, but I just chalked it up to the fact that we were driving up a mountain. So I was like, ah, okay, that makes sense, right? Warmest part of the day, driving up a mountain. I checked yesterday and I noticed that some of the oil was gone. So it burned up some of the oil. No leaks indicated. Just, I mean, for a 20-year-old diesel engine, is to be expected, right? So I go and check this morning just to verify because I'm doing a pre-drive inspection and everything. So I go and check, and we're back down the oil a smidge again, and then the coolant is halfway down in the coolant reservoir. So now I'm going, okay, that's not normal. We got to check this. I check, and one of the hoses that stems from the coolant reservoir itself is now leaking. Like enough that it is dropping our coolant level. So I go to tighten up the section around it to clamp, right? Still leaking. So now, my point here, we are now stuck at the store in the parking lot. I don't have any kind of like locking jaw pliers or vice grips or anything like that. So I can't clamp the hose to assess it, right? To pop it off and then insert it and then, clamp it down and everything. So it's still going to leak when the high pressure of the coolant is going through the engine. So we're stuck. So whoever blocked our funds, which this is, if you're not privy to what I'm talking about, this conversation really isn't for you. But for those with spiritual eyes, the fact that someone shows up last night at 4 a.m. and then leaves, right? Ash and I both woke up at the same time, and all of a sudden I'm having an issue with the bus. That we haven't had issues with this bus for over a year. Just saying, there's certain telltale signs, and I'm not stupid. That being said, so now there's a decent enough leak that I am writing down, okay? And I'm not comfortable with leaving our current location because I'm not going to have coolant leaking, right? And then inhale that while we're driving because you can smell it. And then burning up oil and burning up coolant and all this shit, and then potentially blowing our engine up. So we are stuck where we're at right now, period. Even if it wasn't leaking terribly, we wouldn't have enough fuel, because we don't have money to get fuel, to go to one of the diesel techs that we felt comfortable enough to talk to, because we had them service our stuff last year, to even figure out if they even have a hose to replace the current hose, the one that's leaking. So this is one of those moments where I'm trying to keep my mind positive without losing my fucking shit. And when I find out who's been sending fuck shit energy our way, or any kind of spell work, and I know how that sounds to people that aren't privy to this, and it probably looks like I'm fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I got more goddamn common sense than your whole goddamn bloodline. I know. I'm paying attention. I'm reading between the lines. Okay? This is just a moment. It'll get fixed. Some way, somehow, these things work out. So, that being said, if you want to book sessions with me, I'm going to be available for the foreseeable future until we get this figured out. All right, I'll see you guys soon.